I'm Helena Mbute and this is Wasabies. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video. I hope you've had a productive week or a productive day. One of the biggest challenges I had when I started selling things online back in 2014 was logistics. I had the goods, but how do I move my goods from myself, who's the owner of the goods or the business person, to my customers? It was such a headache, you guys. I remember the days I'd have to be in town, especially on Saturdays, for long hours, because one client says, oh yeah, I'll be in town by 10 a.m. Then they delay you. Another one says, I'll be in town by 12 p.m. Another one says, I'll be in town at 2 p.m. And so you're almost forced to just hang around town that whole time waiting for clients so that you give them their things, because I didn't have any place where I could drop my items at that time. By that time, I was selling jewelry, wallets, and those kind of things, and I was also a student. And there are those days when I'm in class or I have a class and a client, for example, says, I'll be in town, can you drop this thing at 2 p.m. I have a class at 2 p.m. I am not about to miss that class. Sometimes it's even a cut just to go take those things to the client, and it can be so challenging. You look like you have poor customer service. It can be very frustrating for any business person. And the other challenge for me was I was operating out of town, out of CBD. Till today, I actually don't operate in CBD, but that time I didn't have the resources I have now, definitely. So it was harder for me. I was being charged by riders 300 bob to take things to CBD. Now, mind you, most companies or most online businesses do free delivery within CBD. So it was already a disadvantage to me. If, for example, I'm selling a chain for 800 bob, and then I have to pay a rider 300 bob, and the client is saying they can't pay 300 bob to town because they're used to free deliveries within CBD. Guys, it was so stressful. So today's video is actually going to be addressing that. Not the challenge, because the challenge you all know is there, but the solution to it. So how do you, as a small business person who probably has an 8 to 5 job, or who probably is in school, or even someone who operates far from town, how are you able to do your deliveries and still have very affordable space within town? And to do that, I'm going to be talking about a business that I also use called Drop and Pick KE, who are located in town. And these guys do drop-offs for you, and they offer space to small business people. So Drop and Pick KE is a drop-off business that's located in Sasa Mall, which is along Moy Avenue, right next to MKU Towers. If you know where Sasa Mall is, you know how central Sasa Mall is and how accessible it is. Drop and Pick KE are located in Sasa Mall, which is along Moy Avenue, right next to MKU Towers, and slightly opposite to where Ibrahim Supermarket used to be. So it's a very central located place, and easy to get, easily accessible, not just for the business owner but for the clients as well. They provide drop-off services. What this means is, if you have a business, for example, I sell baby clothes, but my store is not located in town, I'm on Mombasa Road. If I have a client who wants to physically pick the things themselves in town, I'm able to drop my things off at Drop and Pick KE, and my client is able to pick the things just from them. They also provide delivery services. What this means is, if you have goods there, for example, you live, where do we say you live in Embakasi, and you have something that you want delivered in Westlands, you're able to take the things to Drop and Pick KE. Then, if there are any riders available, they're able to call for you one of the riders that they outsource, and they do the deliveries for you. So as I said, they have 3 main packages. I'll start with the monthly package, which is actually my favorite package out of the 3. This is how the monthly package works. You're given a storage box. So for example, if you sell things that are not bulky, like phone covers, as I said, earrings, jewelry, those small things, you're given a box where you put your stock. So you can bring all your stock there as long as it fits in that box. Then, when you have an order, if you get any order, you send all the details to a lady at that shop. So you'll send the name of the client, you'll send the telephone number of the client, you'll send the amount to be paid, that is assuming that the client has still not paid, and you'll send the place where it should go, or your deliveries should go. Then what the lady will do, she'll do all the packaging and the labeling for you. So she'll pack the item that you requested her to pack. That's what you sent on WhatsApp. They'll pack that item, do all the labeling for you. Then they work with riders who they outsource. Call a rider on your behalf. deliver the things. And guys, that is it. Like, all you had to do as a business owner is just to send the details. Everything else is done for you, from the packaging to the dispatch. All that is done for you. So they encourage that you ask clients to pay via M-Pesa directly to you, but if a client chooses to pay cash, that's still okay. They have a safe where they put your money, then you can go pick your money when you're available, or they have specific days where they send money back to the business owner. So it's very, very convenient to any business person. If you're selling small packages and you're tied up, please, that's the kind of thing that you need to be having. For that package, they only charge 3,200 bob. That is, you have space in town for 3,200 bob. I don't know if it gets any cheaper than that. It actually doesn't. The second package is a weekly package, and I'll explain how it works. So what happens with the weekly drop-off package, you pay a fee of 600 bob. The shop opens from Monday to Saturday, so that's technically like 100 bob for any day. When you pay 600 bob, you can drop your things any day of the week. So for example, if I pay 600 bob on Monday, it means any deliveries I have, I can just be taking them there, then my clients will come to pick any day of the week between that Monday to Saturday. Now, the moment it gets the next Monday, then I'll have to pay more, because now it's technically a new week. It is actually a new week. The other thing about the weekly package is the moment you drop your packages, your clients' packages, they can be there for only up to 5 business days. Now, this looks like a restriction, but trust me, as someone who's actually worked with drop-offs, it's not a restriction. When I tell my clients that you need to pick things within 3 business days, trust me, they actually pick the things within those days. When I tell them if you don't, there'll be a fee applied to that for any extra day, they actually do. Most clients, actually, I can say even probably 90% of my clients, they'll go pick the things within that restricted time. So many drop-offs, the challenge is there are no restrictions. So you're told you can just drop your clients pick any time that they want to pick. So you find some things that have been there even for a month. But the moment you tell a client, okay, there are only 5 days in which you can pick, failure to do so, the things will either be returned back to me, or you'll have to pay extra for the thing as you go to pick up the things. Most clients will have picked your things within those 5 days. So it will not go to a waste. In most cases, you'll not have to, things won't have to be turned back to you. The other thing about this weekly package, when they said there's a restriction of 5 days, the shop doesn't just leave all that responsibility to you. They actually do take the responsibility of texting your clients. If a client has not picked the thing by the 4th day, the package by the 4th day, they actually text your client just to remind your client that you need to pick your item by tomorrow. So even for you as a business person, the client won't say, oh yeah, I forgot, or no. They'll be reminded even by the drop-off that they need to pick their things. When a client comes to pick their things, they sign off just to show you, or just as a form of accountability to both the shop and the business owner, that the client actually came, picked the things, was satisfied, and signed. The very final one is a daily package. Daily package is best for people with very few deliveries that go to CBD, or people who are just starting out businesses. If you have less than, let's say, 10 orders a week, then the daily package makes more sense to you. How the daily package works, assume you have just maybe 1 delivery on a Tuesday, you probably need to rush somewhere at 2 p.m. and there's a client you can't wait for. You drop your things there, pay 50 bob for that package, then the client is able to come and pick it from there. Like the weekly package, the daily package, you can also have the things stay there for a maximum of 5 business days to give your client room for you to pick. Or for example, if your client wants something on a Thursday and you're only available to drop it on Tuesday, then you can drop it there on Tuesday, because it will be there now for the next 5 business days. So it means even on that Thursday, your client will be able to pick up those things. So it works very, very well if you have few orders or few deliveries that happen in CBD, and you're just looking for a space where you can drop the things because you can't do the delivery, or it's a client who wants to physically come and just pick the things for themselves, then the daily package will work well for you. They also send reminder texts to the daily package customers. So if your client has not picked the thing by the 4th day, they'll be sent a message just to remind them that they need to pick the thing by the 5th day. If not, then you'll be alerted as a business person that your client did not come to pick the things. Also, if your client chooses to pay cash, there's the safe where your money will be kept, and when time comes, when you're available, you can just go collect all your cash, and that's it. So those are the 3 packages: the weekly package, the daily package, and the monthly package. And I encourage you, if you're stuck in your business, please consider having a drop-off. Consider having working with such kind of businesses, because they really free you up as a business person. Even if you're not able to physically go to town to drop the things, they are able to hook you up with a rider who's able to pick your things from your house or your school or your office and take them to that shop. Of course, that will be at a fee because they are outsourced riders, but they're able to provide that service for you. So assume it's a Wednesday, you had drop-offs that you need to have made by that day, but something has come up and you're not able to go to town. Please don't tell your client sorry. You can call that number that I'm even going to leave here. You can call their number. They'll be able to organize a rider to come pick your things down. Then you just make a payment. All the payments are made via M-Pesa. This past Sunday, I put drop and pick. I just somehow gave them a shout out on my Twitter and put a list of services that they offer, and I got a couple of questions asked. So in case the video was not clear, let me just try answer some of the questions I got, if there's still some of the questions that you have in mind. The first one being, how much do they charge? I have tried to mention for the monthly package it's 3,200 bob. That one they do everything for you. All you have to do is just send your order. Everything else will be sorted out for you. Then there's a weekly package which is 600 bob for the entire week. Then the daily package which is 50 bob for any package that you have. Meaning if you have 2 packages, one for Helena, another one let's say for Brayo, you'll pay 50 bob to drop Helena's package. You'll also pay another 50 bob to drop Brayo's package. The other question was the operating hours. They operate from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So anytime from then, your client is able to pick their things from 9 a.m. and you also be able to drop from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Can they keep foodstuff? Foodstuff being someone had asked something to do with water or juice. It was, I think, a form of juice, chili sauce, those kind of things. Unfortunately, they are not able to keep foodstuff. One, so some mall owners do not allow any kind of food to be there, including milk and yogurt. They don't allow that. 2, the shop does not have a food and beverages license, so they're not even allowed to do so. The other frequently asked question was, do you pay when you drop or do you pay when a client picks? The answer is you pay as you drop. So for example, if you're paying for the monthly package, you pay 3,200, but for you don't do drop-offs, you have space. You can pay actually in 2 installments. You can pay on the 5th of every month and the 19th. So you pay rent anyway. As you all know, rent is paid when the month begins. Also, if you're paying weekly, you pay 600 bob when you are dropping your first items for that week. Then it will take you now for an entire week. If it's daily as well, whenever you leave a package you drop, all their payments are through M-Pesa. They do not take cash for any of their packages. Do they keep electronics? No, they don't keep electronics. The most they can, if you call it electronics, probably power banks and chargers. That's it. But things like mobile phones, laptops, tablets, they don't keep such. So what products they can keep? Now this is where I'm going to leave a list of what they can keep and just another list of some of the items that they don't keep. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that I'll have helped any business, and if you have anyone with a business that will need such services, just to free them up, because guys, business is not hard. Especially if there are things that business by itself is already hard if you're being honest, but if there are systems or there are things that you can already outsource, please do so that you don't have to die alone. You don't have to stress about logistics if there's someone else who is willing to do that work for you, because it can be really cumbersome. If you just need to pay a bit more extra for you to be freed up, then please choose freedom for your business over anything else. Thank you so much for watching. The number is still here. Leave me any questions that you have concerning the business. Feel free to call them and they'll be of assistance to you. Thank you so much.